Hey Zapier community, Tom from XRay Tech here. And I just wanted to take a minute and share our approach for fixing and improving your automations. XRay Tech is an automation consultancy that focuses on building workflows worthy of human attention. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to describe our approach to building an automation infrastructure. And regardless if you decide to reach out, I hope this can be helpful and you can start building workflows that can save you time every day too. Once we hop on Zoom, our first objective is to help you continue automating. If you're stuck and you just have a couple questions, hop on and we're happy to help, free of charge. Now, if you're interested in more of a long-term relationship or what an automated infrastructure can do for you, that's when we really get excited and we can show you all of the possibilities if you can structure things the right way. This slide's showing what automation platforms do, right? Simply connecting A and B. And the variables inside of the trigger event need to be included in the action event. Sometimes you'll include all of them, sometimes you won't, right? Every time I get an email, put that in a spreadsheet. Simple stuff. The problem is when the action event has required fields that you're not able to capture inside of the triggering event. And you're not able to execute that action in this case. This is where a ton of people get stuck. It's when they're trying to update a deal ID, but the deal ID isn't in the trigger, or send an invoice, but the customer name isn't in the trigger. And it happens again and again, and this is where most people really get stuck. XRay Tech has been pioneering this idea of an operational database, right? This centralized, thin layer of information that you can store inside of an Airtable base and be able to update that Airtable base with specific IDs, calculations, have logic in there, different views can trigger other automations, and your action event will be able to fulfill every criteria that is required of that action event. So with an operational database sitting in the middle, you're able to have tremendous operational freedom to be able to perform whatever actions you want based off of whatever triggers you want. It really helps the ops team figure out what to do. And the one thing that I'd like to point out here is this idea of an activity log. On Zapier, the activity history, the Zap history, is a great place to go and look at this history that you've seen inside of Zapier. But if you have any other automation tools, it becomes really difficult to keep track of these things, and the automation isn't necessarily tied to a process or an objective that you have inside of your business. Now, this activity log can get really specific and really helpful for when you're dealing with multi-step, complicated processes. Now, documentation is key. We have hundreds of automations under management, and we do the technical documentation, right? What steps, what automations, what actual applications or code maybe is involved in each individual step, and also the human stuff, right? Who does this help inside the organization? Why is this essential inside the organization? And who is ultimately responsible for whatever the end result is? Documentation is by far the most critical aspect of your automations if you want to scale your infrastructure. It also allows other people on the team to be able to understand what's going on. We found that automation tends to be a black box. And when you are the only person at your company that understands what is happening inside the automations, it really makes it hard for your whole team to trust the robots, to know that this is what they're doing and this is why it's helpful for them. Documentation solves all those types of issues and helps the team buy in to the fact that automation can be a part of their workflow. Your time matters. And we think that creative, analytical, strategic, and thoughtful work is where most of your time should be spent. So this is how we think about what to automate. After we automate one or two things, people always ask, well, what's next, right? What can I do? And the answer largely is, well, what are you doing now that is cast? And how can we amplify those types of tasks to create more time for you to do creative, analytical, strategic, and thoughtful work? So what is it like to work with us? Well, we try to be a member of the team. So that means attending internal meetings, weekly stand-ups, automation, construction, documentation, and management. We add you to Slack. We share some software with you, things like Airtable if you don't already have it, and connect you to some other entrepreneurs doing awesome work just like you. And of course, we're ultimately responsible for data collection, housing, cleaning, and visualization. So there's a lot more than just this slide that we do, but I figured for the sake of this video, we'd keep it simple. And if you have any questions about pricing plans or exactly what we are doing and what we offer, feel free to reach out. So I hope this video has been helpful and interesting to you. Friendly reminder, automation is in every industry. We've seen it from dog grooming to venture capitalists to machine shops and everything in between. It can save you time every day. So whether you're $1 million company or a $100 million company, we've worked with people all over the board, all over the map, and it's just always a pleasure to help people create more mindful time at work. So thank you for your time and attention, and we really do hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.